Okay, folks, we're back. This is the finale of Super Mario Brothers. So, I want you guys to know that this game should pretty much bring a lot of glee and excitement, but the main thing about it is just making sure you get the right experience from it. So, World 8, it's green. It has the happy music in it, but really I still think, Mario kind of reached like a summit, and that's the only problem with it was just that it continued to wanting, Mario of course was subject to every change that Nintendo wanted, so as far as seeing unlimited sequels to Super Mario Brothers, it just didn't happen. But of course, I still feel like if you cannot get enough from this, Super Mario Brothers 3 is definitely the way to go. And like the main thing about Super Mario Bros. 3, almost all the worlds are interesting. I really like the pipe maze, and I also like the desert world and the giant world. I mean, there's quite a few that are pretty captivating. So the thing about this game is it did come out in 1985, so it's now over 30 years. This is 2016. I'm recording this, but you just have to know the stuff. So I can't wait to do Super Mario Bros. 3. I'm definitely going to do these Mario games and get more people on the road, but I beat the original Legend of Zelda yesterday, and I'm going to let you know that, the thing I've played Zelda games for about half my life now, more than half my life, and the thing about those games is that they can be frustrating. Like I've always complained while playing the game when I do it. Like I'll say, this is pretty goddamn stupid. I am getting annoyed. And just things like that. And the main reason why is because sometimes cheap things are integrated. So, but it's still a fun game. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I can beat the first 3 or 4 dungeons in the first Zelda pretty much like I can beat them in Super Mario Brothers. But, once the difficulty starts getting up, it's just a question of, well, am I wanting to have fun with this game or am I wanting to provide the experience? So, but I did beat Zelda. I beat Ganon, I beat Dungeon 9, and the thing about that was it was pretty fun. I'm going to rate the overall experience. It's the same thing with Super Metroid. These games are a blast, but, really there's usually at least 1 or 2 things in the game that you're not going to want to do. And with Super Mario Brothers, that substance was just beating level 8-4. So, it's just mainly that last hammer, brother. That's really what you have to worry about. And I swear most people will go into that stage super, and by the time that those fish get there that are jumping off out of the sea, that's usually where most people take a hit, and then they die at the hammer, brother, that final one. But really, I mean, it's not necessary. It's just tricky. That's really what it is. It's just quirky and I lack the word that I need for that. But if you look at this, it looks like it's appearing to be fall or something, which makes me wonder how long Mario's been on this quest. But and the new Super Mario Brothers games, I played those a ways back. I do like the incorporation of being able to. I do like it being incorporated that you can have 2 people on the screen at once, but for some reason the level design changed. That's the only thing about it, and I feel like that's pretty natural just because developers who were there in 1990 were not expected to be there in 2009. I mean, that's the whole thing. Of course, Miyamoto is going to, and maybe a couple other head guys, but between 1985 and 2009, that's like a good 24 years. most people have moved on, retired, and it's really, that's the whole thing. Was just, you look at Mario in terms of genres, which I really do. I mean, between 1985 and 91, that was pretty much the golden years of Mario. But then I feel like, Super Mario 64, the biggest problem with it was they just did not capitalize. It got to the point where it was more modernized, like Mario Party, Mario Kart, these games did it, but really, I don't know, it just felt like it was a more kid-based mindset for those games. I remember when I was younger and they would talk about Super Mario 64 2, and I was definitely one of the people that wanted that game. I remember Nintendo Power saying in 1998 that they were going to release details about the game or something, and then they said something like, we can pretty much not tell you. So, of course, you had to be a subscriber to get that segment because they had exclusives in it, but see, as you can see, I can beat the Hammer Brothers, but now we're about halfway done with the video, so just trying to think of what else is gonna go on. Now, see that. Alright, so really, Nintendo is pretty inquisitive, though. I mean, that's the thing about them, is they understand, because Super Mario Bros. 3, I don't hate that game at all. Really, this game tries my patience, but they learn from their mistakes, and I like Super Mario World even more. I mean, that's a game that pretty much anyone from age 7 to age beyond can beat that game. I feel like most people can beat the Clown Copter Bowser, but it's not the same with this game. But of course, it's just a instruction. That's really all it is. It's just saying they learned. Now, I was able to beat Super Mario 64 pretty much when I was about like 9 or 10, and then I also beat that game 120 stars. But I tried to do it today, and I don't want to. That's like the main thing, is that I just don't see the same association with it. But I've beaten pretty much every Mario game, except these two-dimensional ones. I've beaten Super Mario Sunshine, I've beaten, I haven't beaten the Galaxy games, but pretty much Mario 64, Sunshine, Paper Mario, all those games I beat. And now I'm adding Zeldas to the collection. I've only beaten 2 Zelda games. I beat the first one and then Twilight Princess. But I've gotten at least past the 6th dungeon on about 4 of them. Ocarina of Time, and then A Link to the Past. And I also beat Oracle of Ages. I beat that game as well. So that's 5 Zeldas that I've beaten. I've beaten Super Metroid, and I'm wanting to get a hold of the original Metroid, but there's just various different things. But, let me tell you, I'm not going to be able to beat Contra in those type games. It's really going to take some skill for those. But I am thinking about trying Ninja Gaiden. This is the final world. I just want to show you how well I know this. And we're just going to get it started. See, this is the part where I was talking about. This is where most people lose their power-up, is right there. But don't even ask if I'm going to do lost levels. With that game, I don't even know if I could beat that with cheats, so. But it's just a blast. Really what you should be doing is firing up some popcorn, eating a hot dog, and watching this. Make some chili dogs, make some pasta. I mean, there's so many opportunities that can be assessed with this. This is where it happens. So now I have cheats, and we're gonna see the ending. We're gonna get the princess, and everything's gonna be ready to go. See, now I could beat this. You know, if I would have gotten to Bowser, this would be a question of running under. But that's it. That was the real Bowser. If you beat Bowser with fireballs, you can see various clones that he has, like Goombas and Koopas, Buzzy Beetles. But here is the voluptuous princess. And she was kept in a cage above lava. So Bowser is definitely not... I don't know. But, you know, obviously they're offering the more difficult quest. Now, maybe one day I will do it, but, you know, it just depends. I mean, there's really no change to the stages. It's just Buzzy